Should we go for it? Yo, what is up guys? Jack Gardiner here. Today I am in Tokyo with a beautiful announcement. I am super delighted to be joining the Laney family. Behind me, I have two of their LFR cabs. I am using a digital modeler. I'm using the Neural DSP Quad Cortex, but essentially I've been good friends with quite a few of the guys at Laney. And you might have seen I've done a couple of videos in the past few months, demoing the amps, demoing the pedals. And one day Jason said to me, dude, why don't you just join Laney? Like, all of the people you know and all of the people you love and respect as players are over there. Guys like Tom Quayle, Martin Miller, Larry Basilio, you know, even guys like Vernon Reed. So yeah, I was like, why didn't we make this happen sooner? When I was coming over here to play in Shibuya with Wayne, I've been intrigued by these LFR cabs. These are the 1x12 versions. Just because for a lot of the stuff we do live, I am mainly using in-ear monitors with the digital modeler. Sometimes I feel like I miss that kind of punch and actual air movement. I feel like when you're just with the in-ears, things are quite sterile, you know, you don't get the kind of the feedback that you want, which is one actual important thing, you know. You can actually get feedback using one of these LFR monitors. That's something that with just in-ears is not a possibility. But it's the touch response. It just, maybe it's in my head, maybe it is actually the LFR cabs, but it definitely feels different. And these things are loud as well. So having missed out on having a cab, you know, like screaming at me, that was definitely a huge bonus to the gig. So I'm going to give you two different audio examples here. We're going to take the direct recording, which is coming out of the DI out on the back of the LFR, into our audio recorder. But I'm also going to give you an example of the iPhone just in the room sound, which is literally right next to our main cam here, so you can get a real feel of what it sounds like as an honest representation. Sounds super comfortable to play, especially in the room here. For me, the difference compared to that real direct sound of in-ear monitors is a big game changer, essentially. What I have is the sound which I will use at home in the studio with flat frequency studio monitors. but in cabinet format with that physical air pushing. And like I mentioned earlier, these things can get very loud. I mean, I think we're not even halfway in terms of our output on the back. I'm from my quad Cortex, halfway in terms of my output here. Perfect for as well all of those kind of stereo delays and things like this. You know, no longer do you need to have 2 amp heads and 2 cabs. Huge things, saves the back. Most FR cabs are actually made of plastic. Now, the difference with the LFR cabs is that they are completely wooden. Now, today, as we were loading in here, I picked them up and actually was quite shocked by how they felt light to me. Turns out, I checked the website specs and they're actually 18.9 kilograms, which was not what I expected at all. Bear in mind that the 2x12 version of these are 28.8, but like I say, they are wooden compared to most on the market, which are plastic, and you can definitely hear a difference, maybe even feel a difference in terms of the tones that you get with these things. Now, one thing which is cool about the Laney LFRs is that I can essentially drastically change my tone just by changing cabinet emulation. So here I'm using like a Fender Princeton type clean amp. What I'm going to do is show you it with these Bogner V30s, and then we'll check out some other cab sounds. So this is the clean tone I'm currently working with. Let's check out something else. I mean, if we scroll up, let's maybe look at this, the 2x12 V-Type 10. Sounds like there's less low end to me and maybe a bit more sparkle at the top. I mean, let's check out another one here. There's a 1x10 Princeton. Completely different tones, both in terms of the sound and also the way which I feel with my playing there. We have actually the option to emulate cabinets straight from the cabs themselves. So say you want just a different sound, a different option. Laney have provided a 1x12 emulation and the 4x12 emulation straight on the back. So you can bypass the cab in your digital modeler and just use one of these. So as you see, I can just bypass the cab here and I have a real nasty sounding DI kind of sound. But if I would like, maybe Jason over here can help me switch these on and off, we can check out the 1x12 and 4x12. Yeah. Sorry, I don't want to blow your head off there, dude. Yeah, right. Yeah. That actually sounds great. This is the tone with the built-in 1x12 emulation. Sounds killer. Yep. This is the sound with the 4x12 emulation. Loads more low end to my ears, especially here in the room. Maybe you can hear that on the iPhone camera. One of my personal heroes and one of my favourite players, Gardiner, has just moved to digital amp modelling for his live shows on the past couple of tours and gigs. And I believe that was one of the main reasons why he wanted to use the Laney LFR cabs. You know, playing on a stage with guys like Marco Mino and Brian Bella, they are incredibly loud. And fighting with that, you need something behind you that's actually going to push air, which these do the job perfectly. I know with digital modelers that sometimes this is a bit of an issue. If you're, say, in those front few rows, then you're not really getting the sound of the PA. Sometimes people say that they need to step a few rows back to really get the full experience of the guitar sounds. If you are going to come down to a show at some point soon and you are going to stand in those front rows, then you will definitely be able to hear my guitar. So there we have it. These are the Laney LFR cabs, and they sound fucking awesome here in the room. Now, I must say one more time, it is a massive honour to be joining the Laney family. I think they've been around since 1967, and still to this day, they are family run and family owned over in the UK. It's an honour to join some of my favourite artists, guys like Devin Townsend, and of course we all know Tony Iommi, who still to this day is using Laney amps and cabs. Guys, my name is Jack Gardiner. Thank you so much again. It's a fucking honour to be a part of the Laney family. See you guys soon.